Anjum's going to cook up dishes inspired by the dinner parties thrown by her parents when she was a girl. Bengal tiger lentil curry, a side dish of spinach raita, cauliflower and potatoes, and creamy poached apricots.
So I'm going to start with my lentils. So I've got my Bengal gram here, which is a type of lentil, which is also known as chana dal. And I've got this lentil, which is an amazing, it's sort of a black gram, but it's been split, but the skins are still on. So hence the tiger, because it's so beautiful. Okay, so these have been really, really well washed until there's no starch left. So I'm going to put these in my saucepan. These go in. And you put them together. Going to add some water. I remember when I first started cooking, my father, I don't think he was really convinced this was going to be a career for me. And, you know, as an Indian parent, you don't really want your daughter to be in the kitchen because for generations, women have been in the kitchens. I did a great business degree, and then I said, actually, I think I want to become a cook. So I don't think he was really happy. But I clearly remember the time when I made this lentil curry and he had some friends around and he tasted it and he looked at them and he said, my daughter made that. And I just thought, oh, there's hope there, because he was really proud of me. So that's why this curry is really special to me.
While the lentils come to the boil, Anjum starts the tarka, a spicy paste which will give the curry its depth of flavour.
So we're going to start with some onions, which I'm going to just chop.
So is your dad proud of you now?
He is really proud of me, yeah. I think it took a while. I mean, you know, it took a long time for my first book to be published. So until that was published, I think they kind of kept saying, well, no, seriously, why don't you get a proper job? And then when the book came out, I'm pretty sure my mother walked around with my book in her handbag so that every time she met an old friend, she could say, look at my daughter. So, yeah, they are proud of me. In goes a bit of oil, some cumin, and that goes. That has to brown up. So my cumin's lovely and aromatic. In go my onions. So I'm waiting for the onions to just soften and start to get some colour, not necessarily too much. If you can hear baby noises, it's because I have a 7-month-old and he's just in the room next door and he's not going to stay quiet for anyone. Growing up in Switzerland was really great. We went to an international school, so our friends could have been from anywhere in the world. And it's really good to grow up in an environment where everyone's slightly different, so you just learn a lot about different cultures. So that's my garlic, a little bit of ginger. So let's give this a good grate. In goes my ginger and my garlic. You need to cook it just until your garlic is not raw anymore, and it normally takes about 40 seconds or so. Okay, so in go my tomatoes. These are just been blended, so they're smooth. You can chop them in also, but I find this easier. In with the tomatoes, we're going to put some coriander powder, a couple of teaspoons, some red chili powder to taste. Everyone likes it different. Some garam masala. I might put some cumin powder in. So I'm going to give that a good stir. This is going to cook down. I can, at this stage, the lentils, as they've been cooking for half an hour, I can put my turmeric in with the lentils, actually, straight away, and my salt. In goes some salt, and you can just leave that to continue cooking away. Here's one I've done earlier. OK, so as you can see, the lentils have sort of clouded the water because they started to break down. The lentils should be nice and soft and should come together. If they're not coming together, you get your trusted lentil stirrer, and you go in and you do a bit of that. And that just kind of breaks some of them down so that the lentil curry is a proper curry rather than lentils and water distinct from each other. All right, in goes my tarka. This is the tomatoes once they've cooked down. Punjabis are normally very non-vegetarian, which is where my parents are from. But actually, even there, you have lots of vegetarians, and meat is quite expensive, so you have lots of vegetarian meals. And lentils is the best protein, and it's the most common protein eaten when you are a vegetarian. So this is perfect. It's the perfect consistency. You can see that the lentils still have shape, but that the water in the lentils have come together into a lovely curry. So I'm going to leave that for a minute. So here I've got a really quick spinach and dill raita. Yogurt. So all I've done is I've blanched some baby spinach, so it's just cooked out, and a little bit of dill. And it's going to go into my mixing bowl with some yogurt. This is a really great recipe. It's simple and it's delicious, and it goes with or lentil curries, but it also goes with any kind of meat you want also. And I have some cumin powder, roasted cumin powder. And I'm going to give the whole thing a stir. So that's our spinach raita ready, really quick and easy. And into your serving bowl. So just to finish off the lentils, I will quickly chop some coriander. Coriander, always well washed because it can be a bit muddy, and always use the stalks. The stalks have lots of flavour and wonderful texture. And I don't chop it too fine because then I just feel like it's bitty and you want to actually be able to bite down on some of it. So that goes into the lentils. Now, if you're having this just you and your family, you can serve it as it is. But if you are going to be entertaining and you want to kind of give it a little bit of richness, because I didn't use that much butter in it, add a little bit of butter on top. And then, in fact, in the olden days in India, they would sort of serve it with the butter on top, just almost melting in front of everyone. So everyone knew that the host was making it that little bit extra special for them. I will stir it all in. It looks perfect. And I will stir it, serve it up. Well, that's a lovely, big, hearty bowl of lentils, which is elegant enough to have as a dinner party dish, but also just great for you and your family. And what we've got coming up next is aloo gobi, which is just cauliflower and potatoes, but cooked really simply and easily Punjabi style, and my mum's fabulous apricots. And that will round off this wonderful but simple Punjabi entertaining menu.